Welcome to Maddox News Live. All right, we should be live here in a second. Let me double check. Make sure we're okay. All right, we've got some big breaking news today. This is a record-breaking, history-making day. Donald Trump's Twitter account has been suspended. Yes, it's true. It's something that a lot of people didn't anticipate would happen, but it actually did. Twitter today banned Donald Trump's account. I have here a real-time feed of all the tweets. Twitter's just going crazy right now. All these people, everybody is tweeting about it, talking about how Donald Trump's account has been completely suspended. What's up, Chewing Love? Thanks for joining in the chat. Let me know how the audio sounds. Let me make sure that the audio and everything sounds good. But Donald Trump's Twitter account has been officially suspended. Now, this is big news because the implications here are far-reaching. If Twitter, which is a private company, and they are well within their rights to do this, if Twitter is able to suspend the account of a head of state, and this is primarily how Trump communicates to the United States and to the public and to the world at large, he just tweets constantly. So this has far-reaching implications. A lot of people anticipate that Trump will now go to Parler as a platform. And Parler, across the board, everybody is saying Parler is down. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and add Parler here to the searches if I can. Yeah, let me go ahead and add Parler on here because I'm curious what happens with Parler as well. There we go. Okay, and let's go back into, let me fix this mode real quick. There we go. All right. So now we've got Parler in here as well, and a lot of people are anticipating that it's going to go to Parler, but Parler has been going down across the board. And this is not a conspiracy. It's not that, you know, they're shutting down Parler as well. However, they are talking about possibly removing Parler from the App Store, the Apple App Store, which would be a huge blow. If Apple goes first, Google will follow immediately after, and then it's done. If Parler goes, if Parler is no longer, you're not able to download it on any of these platforms, then it's over, right? I mean, there is no other alternative at that point, because there is no conservative App Store. I mean, there might be an opportunity there, but we'll see. And it's not even about conservative. Like, people are posting threats on Parler constantly. Like, they're inciting violence. They're making threats. They're going to say they're going to assassinate heads of state. Let's see. The New York Times says, Reddit banned r/the Donald subreddit, a forum dedicated to promoting the president from its site on Friday. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't even know about that. So I guess the Donald on Reddit has been permanently suspended. So I'm going to read some of these tweets in real time and your comments. What's up? Anthony Hernandez is permanent ban. Yeah, this is a permanent ban. This is if you go to Donald Trump's Twitter account right now, this is what you see when you go up there. Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you. We got breaking news from Strange Quark Star. It says Google just removed Parler from their Play Store. Okay, this is huge. If Parler's gone from Google Play, then Apple's going to come next. And once Parler is completely removed from the app stores, there is no alternative. There is no place for this fuckface to hide. And I don't know how everybody feels about this. I'm clearly celebrating, which, by the way, I'm going to create a t-shirt and put this account suspended message on a t-shirt at maddoxrules.com. Let's see here. Let me see if I can see some of these comments. I'm going to try to read as many as I can. Philbutts says, I think they need these pages so that they can find people who say shit that it's a perfect honeypot. I thought about that too, Philbutts, but there is a critical mass. Hey, Raven Zephyr. There is a critical mass. I think what can happen is if you have enough people who are talking about inciting violence, who are talking about committing violence, that'll create a mob. And that's what you saw happen at the Capitol Hill this week. I don't know if you guys saw, I covered it live. I had a Maddox News Live earlier in the week. You should be able to find it on my channel. It was hidden at first. I think it should be okay. All right, let me see if I can read some of these comments. A lot of people are saying, fuck Parler. I mean, I'm all for people having their own little, place to go and fuck off, right? I thought Parler seemed like a safe space for idiots. However, Parler is doing nothing to moderate themselves. There is no such thing. Everybody thinks that they're going to come along. They have like the next fucking great idea, which is like a free speech platform. Look at fucking Kevin Sorbo, dude. I saw Kevin Sorbo in a grocery store not too long ago. It says, President Trump's account with over 80 million followers just got banned. Yeah. Yeah, so what? So what? Yeah, of course he got banned. He's inciting violence. And I was wondering which tweet of his was the one that did it. I didn't see anything that he tweeted today. If you guys have any links or anything, make sure to send it to me. I might be able to check it out in real time. But yeah, Donald Trump's account got suspended, right? And a lot of people, this is very controversial for a lot of people, because now they're saying, Michael Flynn, hold on, this is breaking too. Michael Flynn and Sidney Powell have been banned from Twitter as well 9 minutes ago. That is insane. This is a huge purge. This is unprecedented. NPR says, breaking, Twitter has permanently banned President Trump from platform, citing risk of further incitement of violence. That is true. This is true. This is an incitement of violence. Okay, let's see what this tweet says here. Yeah, there it is. This is from NPR. And let me see if I can bring this up on screen there. There it is. From NPR, it says, breaking, Twitter has permanently banned President Trump from platform, citing further risk of inciting violence. I mean, true, right? Earlier, when the sedition happened earlier this week, Donald Trump tweeted out that they were very good and special people and that he loves them. He kind of incited this. And then, even the day that it happened, he said, this is what happened. He almost made it sound like this is what happens when you guys don't listen to us, right? It's a threat. It's a fucking threat. That's what it is. Let's just call a spade here. He made a threat, and that's, I think, why Twitter finally decided to pull the trigger on this. Look at these. The tweets are insane right now. Everything's flying so hot and heavy right now. There's so many fucking tweets and memes going out. I can't even keep up. R.I.P. Bozo is trending right now. This is really fucking funny. R.I.P. Bozo is trending under politics. Wow, everybody, a lot of people mocking Trump. I think he deserves this. I think he had it coming. I think this dumb fucking chief who's been doing nothing but spreading chaos. I want to know, like, what has he done? What do you guys like that he's done? I'm curious. There's a few things I like that he's done, but mostly all he does is fucking tweet. This has got to be a huge blow to his ego. I mean, this is like people... Okay, when Trump had his Twitter account, he had the largest direct channel of communication to his citizens in the world, right? I mean, more so than any television station. I imagine every single one of his tweets was getting millions of engagements, right? Even if you don't click like or tweet or retweet, people still see it, and that's an engagement. So for Twitter to suspend his account, this is essentially like somebody very publicly turning the channel off, right? Imagine what that would do to your ego. Imagine the blow you would take to your ego if the entire world suddenly turned off your channel and everybody knew it. You know? It's one thing if you're sitting at home lazily on the couch and you just roll over and grab the remote and turn off the TV. It's another one if that move of you turning off the TV or changing the channel is publicly broadcast to the world. All right, I'm going to read some of these comments. Waltari Hop says, happy birthday to me. Literally, Schadenfreude is the gift that keeps on giving. Jeremy Will says, Google Play has removed Parler. Yeah, I just heard that. What's up, Caleb? Let's see. Google. SE says, you suck, Maddox. Why, SE? Did I offend you, SE? Did I make fun of your guy, SE? Weren't you... Isn't this... Hold on. I want to understand something. Weren't you guys the party of, like, fuck your feelings? Is that you guys, SE? Just help me understand. Is that you guys? Are you guys the fuck your feeling crowd? Because it seems like you guys have feelings all of a sudden. What happened to fuck your feelings? I just want to know. Maybe I'm in the wrong here. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe there's something I didn't understand about fuck your feelings. I thought you guys were all about fuck your feelings. Because if that's not the case, then let's talk about your feelings. Let's talk about how hurt your feelings are. If you guys want to talk about that, we can talk about that. Let's see. Dane Elect 256 says, very brave of Twitter to deactivate Trump's dangerous shit show of an account less than 2 weeks before his term ends. Yeah. I mean, Dane, here's the thing. I go back and forth on this. A lot of people wanted Twitter to suspend his account a long time ago. I disagree. I think that suspending Trump's Twitter account earlier during his presidency would have been a mistake because, like him or not, and I don't, you know I don't, like him or not, he is the head of state, and if he announces any major policy decisions, if he announces any security threats, any kind of, security measures, anything like that, he needs to have that ability. And even if he tweets out something unpopular, something you don't like, that's fine. Politicians do that all the time. You're allowed to have your say. What he's not allowed to do is incite this horse shit that we saw in Washington this week. And I just posted this tweet, it was a Facebook post rather, but I just posted this on Facebook. In fact, here, you guys can see it on my account, I think. Well, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. And if you guys aren't following me already on Twitter, it's twitter.com/MaddoxRules, @MaddoxRules on Twitter. Let's see what it says. So I have this tweet here, or this Facebook post. So I talk about something that I don't see a lot of people talking about with regards to what happened in Washington. And you might not be able to read the whole thing. I'll just read it. Whatever. Fuck it. Well, here. Yeah, there we go. I shrunk it. Fuck. Twitter does a stupid elastic shrink thing, so it makes it impossible to resize properly. Here, I guess I'll just do this. There we go. There we go. Okay, now you can read it, mostly. Oh, fuck me, dude. All right. Philbutts, thanks for the 5. Appreciate it. Here, let's bring this down over here. All right, good enough. I said, I don't think anyone, liberal or conservative... Oh, thank you, Philbutts, says Poggers. Thanks for the 5. I said, I don't think anyone liberal or conservative has realized the full implications of the shit show that happened in Washington this week. Our representatives are in charge of allocating budgets for national security operations, which requires sensitive knowledge of U.S. operatives planted overseas, along with Secret Service agents conducting sensitive missions. It is absolutely critical that the identities of these individuals stay secret so as to not jeopardize their health, safety, or their missions. U.S. agents who's infiltrated terrorist cells overseas and cartels or are dealing with hostage negotiations or extractions of hostages, all of their lives are now at risk because of this national security breach. And that's exactly what it is. You guys may agree with it or disagree with it. You guys, if you're still fucking stuck on this Kool-Aid, this unfounded belief of widespread fraud, and you guys support this is an insurrection. And when they breached the U.S. Capitol, when these LARPer dipshits stormed the Capitol in their party store costumes and their surplus store gear, and the police stood aside and let them in, they didn't just let people in who shared their same political ideologies, they let everyone in. All right? And there's like all these tweets like, oh, it was Antifa. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? Guess who let them in? The cops stood aside and let everyone in. They're not checking people's IDs. What happened to checking people? I thought you guys were all about checking people's IDs. How come you're just letting fucking random people walk into the state capitol? Why is that allowed? That means they let in our enemies, their enemies, and anyone who really wanted to walk in and take whatever material they wanted to from the U.S. Capitol. And that's what happened. And that material that they potentially took, and they took some laptops, they took iPads, they took stuff with some sensitive material on there. They took government documents. They took things that are really important. And they have now compromised our national security. All those foreign agents who are now embedded in terror cells, who are trying to do their jobs, who are trying to, potentially rescue hostages or do negotiations behind the doors, negotiations that go on with diplomatic cables with all the different countries around the world. All of that has now been compromised because of these dipshits. So I don't think it's a small thing to say that this was a seditious act. I don't think it's unreasonable to say this was a seditious act. I absolutely think this was seditious. So yeah, fuck Trump, fuck his account. Good for Twitter, about fucking time. And I think Twitter banned him at the right time. I think this was the time to ban Donald Trump. Because if they had done it any sooner, then you can easily make the case that that is it's a national security interest to know what Donald Trump has to say. Zartishu says, bring back Maddox Friday night live streams. Well, you're watching it, bro. Good Boy says, you are confused about why people were let in. Police could have very easily stopped them entering. Well, yeah. I mean, I did just say that, didn't I? Did I not just say that? Look, I posted this shit. Look at this. I posted this video. If you guys haven't seen this, I'm going to show you guys this because people are saying, oh, Maddox, the police didn't let them in. Yes, they fucking did. Check out this video. Watch this. Okay, the doors were open, okay? Now watch how many police are inside. Thank you, Richard Thompson. Thanks for the 5. Watch as the doors open. Watch how many police are inside, and watch what happens as soon as the doors open.
Fucking traitors! They're gonna lock us in.
Okay, this guy right here in this bald dude over here with the face mask right there, that is a cop, and then these are cops on the sides. Watch. Okay, there it was. Thank you, Richard Thompson. Appreciate it. Okay, watch this MAGA hat over here, and past this MAGA hat to his left, and this guy. These are both cops. Watch this. Right there. This is a cop, and that guy across from him is a cop.
You can disagree with it, but respect you.
He said, I disagree with it, but I respect you. These are the police in charge of security of the national capital. This is a cop right here. This is a fucking cop standing aside letting these people in. Someone got fucking killed in the U.S. Capitol for this horse shit. So the cop stood aside and let them in. This is sedition. This is exactly what sedition looks like. You're watching sedition. Cognitive Surplus says Dems want cops to use lethal force to protect property. It's not about that. This isn't a fucking liquor store, man. This is the nation's capital. And by the way, I'm not defending, stealing or looting or destroying property, regardless of who does it or what the circumstance are. I don't think that is an acceptable form of discourse. I just don't. But to let them into the nation's capital like this is jeopardizing our entire national security. We have all sorts of sensitive information in there. We have sensitive data. We have the names of agents who are embedded in cartels who are trying to do their jobs and not get fucking killed. All of that has been compromised now. And just imagine if a spy got in here, a foreign spy. People are saying, oh, there's that Antifa guy who got in. Well, okay, but that's not all. Who else could have gotten in? There's tons of people who could have gotten in. This is insane. This is insane that anyone is on board with this horse shit. Astrom says, are you guys not worried that your freedoms are being taken away at an alarming rate? Big media tech can censor anyone. This isn't censorship, Ash. This isn't censorship. This is a private company. The only person who has the actual power to censor anyone is the government. When the government shuts you down, that is censorship. This is a private company. Let me ask you, Ash. I'm really curious about this, Ash Drums. Ash Drums, right? And anybody who believes that, anyone who believes in that, who believes that this is like a form of censorship, which, may or may not be, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of debate about this. But if you think that companies shouldn't have the ability to do this, to ban people from their own platforms, well then, I'm curious why. Why do you think that? Because I got a point I'm going to get to in just a second. And Anthony Rodriguez, thanks for the 5, appreciate it. Thank you, Anthony Rodriguez. Dirty McCordy says, Maddox is going to be banned next. Ouch. I've been banned a shit ton. I've been banned from fucking countries, man. I've been banned from Dubai. Effie says, Maddox, do you know the percentage of cops who voted for Trump? I don't. Kevin Haggerty says, is Twitter a platform or a publisher? I don't know. I mean, kind of both, I think. Because those little quips they have on the side, I think those may qualify Twitter as a publisher. I'm not sure. But anyway, we gotta talk about this for a second. These memes are flying hot and heavy right now. They're so funny. Tell Donald I want him to know it was me. Oh, great. So, I mean, some of these memes are so fucking lame. There he is. Trump employees. John Barron joins Twitter. A lot of memes flying right now. Trump when he realized he was banned from Twitter. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. Moist Towelette says, Maddox, are you a lefty or a lib? No, I'm not. I'm not, although I constantly have been railing against Trump. I think Trump's a fucking asshole and an idiot. And honestly, if anyone is rational-minded, Trump doesn't represent your interests. He doesn't represent our interests. He doesn't represent anyone's interests but his own interests. And that's it. That's the truth. Whether you're a liberal or conservative, there's no way you should be supporting Trump because he's a seditious bastard. He's a liar. He lies about everything. And he's a fucking loser. He didn't get the votes, and he wouldn't give up, and he wouldn't admit it. There's no fucking evidence. All the way to the Supreme Court, every single court laughed him out. None of it held any merit. None of it held any water. None of the claims. But anyway, let's go back to this claim of censorship. Hey, Miss Vero. Dirty McCordy says, truth, finally, I agree with that 100% Maddox. Yeah, that is what it's all about. He's all about himself. That's it. Chewing Love, thanks for the 5, says, civil disobedience is still disobedience. Amen to that. Old school. Nadim says, Maddox is my assistant, Catherine Wright. What? I don't know what bullshit you're saying. Bird Valiant says, Maddox, how can we reach out to the 43% of Republican voters who still support the insurrection because they think that there was widespread voter fraud? I don't know, is the honest answer. Because this is gonna take a lot of work and a lot of time, to build trust there. These people have really bought onto the cult of Donald Trump, the cult of his personality. I mean, he's entertaining. I'll give you that. He's an entertaining president. I wish I could watch this from the outside, if this was a movie or a TV show. Sure. He's entertaining, right? We can admit that. He's fun to watch. He's a fucking train wreck. He's a mess. But that's not conducive to a healthy democracy. All right, where was I going with that though? You asked me. Oh yeah, how do we convince these people? Okay, so there was a study a while back that sent a bunch of anti-vaxxers a bunch of data to try to convince them to not be anti-vaxxers anymore, and they used 4 different groups, right? Okay, so they used a control group where they didn't send them anything. Then they used one group where they sent them a very detailed description of what was going to happen to their children if they didn't get vaccinated. Then they sent another group a caption along with a picture of what would happen to their kids if they didn't vaccinate. Then they sent a third group just a picture of what would happen to their kids if they didn't vaccinate. In the chat room, I want you guys to guess what the results were of this study. Okay, again, they sent 4 different groups of people. One group, they sent them nothing. That was the control group. One group, they sent them descriptions that were very detailed and horrific. One group, they sent a picture and the description. And then the other group, they just sent just a picture. What do you think happened? Do you think this persuaded them to vaccinate the children? Type in the chat room if you think that this persuaded them to vaccinate their kids. Type a 1 in the chat room. If you think it didn't, type a 2 in the chat room. I'm just curious what you guys think the results of this study were. And there's a real study they did. I'm going to tell you guys the answer in just a second. Okay, I'm seeing the picture spoke the highest. Some people are saying the control group was most convinced as a guess. 2. I'm seeing a lot of 2s in there, probably just the picture. Nope, not just the picture. They all rejected the knowledge. 2. A lot of people are saying 2. Okay, you're right. It is 2. Hey, hello, what's up, man? It says pictures persuade them. Of course, no. The pictures didn't persuade them. The description didn't persuade them. Both didn't persuade them. In fact, none of the people who received information were persuaded at all. In fact, they became more staunch in their beliefs against vaccination. This is a cognitive bias called the backfire effect. This is something that happens sometimes when you present somebody with very strong evidence that contradicts their core beliefs or values. Sometimes what you'll see happen is they will dig their heels in and double or triple down. And that's exactly what happened. In fact, all the groups, the group that did the best after that study was the control group because they weren't even exposed to any information. Now, this seems counterintuitive. If you're presenting somebody with information, with facts, they should change their mind, but it doesn't have anything to do with the facts. It has to do with their psychology. If you really want to convince Trump supporters, these 43% of people, if that's an accurate number, that the Seditious Act was bad or not in their interest, I think the way to do that is to not attack them and not to impugn them, because that's only going to make them dig in worse. This is entirely psychology. Like, we need to think about the psychology of what's going on here. Those people who were anti-vaxxers and they were presented with facts that proved them wrong, they didn't want to feel dumb. That's what's going on here. They just didn't want to feel dumb. They didn't want to feel wrong. They didn't want to feel stupid. And right now you have a big chunk of the country who right now is wrong and may feel stupid. So the goal here is to not make them feel that way. And the way to do that, there's a number of ways, but one of the techniques that they use is they sometimes try to prime the group that they're going to present information to. And the way you prime them is by putting them in a positive mindset. And there's a number of ways to do that, but that's one of the only ways to persuade these people. I think right now everybody's having fun, myself included, clowning on these idiots. But at some point, that clowning is going to turn into resentment. It's going to fester as resentment inside them. And that's going to cause more problems. You're going to see, I think we're not done. We got another like 2 weeks to go with this shit. And we're not done. We still have a long way to go. Joe Barnacle, thanks for the 5 super chat, says, when did Maddox start caring about evidence? Okay, all right, idiot. Richard Thompson, thanks for the 5, says, I just want to point out that if any nation had a virus they wanted to disperse in the U.S., the GOP would demand their right to spread it. I don't know about that. I don't think so. Anyway, back to this evidence-based argument. It's not about presenting evidence to these people. They are not going to be persuaded by evidence, because this is part of their core beliefs at this point. And this isn't always the case. This isn't the case with like mathematics, for example. Like if you take somebody to a math class and they really strongly believe in their answer, and you prove to them that it's wrong, they're not going to double and triple down because they are not emotionally invested in that answer. It only becomes that way when you try to persuade somebody about one of their core beliefs. And you'll see this happen with politics, you'll see it happen with religion, and very contentious political debates. And you know what else is kind of interesting in this country is sometimes even when an issue is not politicized, people will find a way to politicize it. For example, like face masks. Face masks shouldn't be political. It's just a fucking mask that you put on your face. Trump politicized it. I think Trump is 100% responsible for politicizing that shit. It's become politicized. It's become a political symbol. Like, you wear a face mask, you must be a liberal, right? Because and no amount of evidence is going to persuade these people. It doesn't matter if you show, like, the entire Oval Office just about got infected with COVID. It doesn't matter. They don't care about that shit. Effie says, do you think Trump would run in 2024 as an independent to steal the Republican votes? Now, that's really dangerous. So the Republicans have made a monster. Republicans have really made a monster. They got a problem. Batuba says, how's it going? We are just watching last night's Banana Dog stream. Thank you, Batuba. Good to see you guys. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so the Republicans have a real problem on their hands here, because you have this guy who is a megalomaniac, who I think may, at this point, to preserve his ego, has convinced himself and a large portion of his party that he was cheated and defrauded from this election, right? That he won fair and square. Yeah, Common Core, that's a good example. Michael Garbowski says that's a good example. Says, Maddox, Common Core math was super political too. I mean, it's a fucking mathematical system, right? It's a pedagogical method on teaching kids how to do math. And they somehow politicize that shit too. It's insane. AB says, WWE, thanks for the super chat, says, WWE needs to be on broadcast networks, Magagon. I mean, what does that have to do with anything? I don't. So now Trump has this POTUS account too. Trump tried tweeting from the official POTUS account despite Twitter's ban, but tweets were immediately removed. Oh, wow, this is funny. This is funny, because I tweeted about this a minute ago. Thank you, AB. Thanks for the super chat. So this Trump Twitter account that was suspended, I tweeted out that... Here, let me pull this up, see if I can. Let's see. Maddox rules. Okay, there we go. Here we go. So this is what I want to show you guys. I tweeted out, because I noticed that the POTUS account was still there, and kind of as a joke, I tweeted it at Twitter and Jack, and I said, hey, he's already got a burner account, and this is his account. It's at POTUS. He actually did try to use it. So this is live emulating art. I just made a stupid joke, but here, December 23rd, White House. Oh, he might try to tweet from the White House account. I wonder if he tweets from the White House account. This is fucking funny, man. Michael Ben-Hurry, thanks for the 3. He says, nice complaining about megalomania in your crown. Shut up, bitch. Anyway. This is funny that he tried to tweet from the official POTUS account and they deleted his tweets there too. That Twitter's really fucking pissed off. I wonder what he tweeted. He must have tweeted something. Have you guys seen that website's like Trump Twitter Archives? I think is what it's called. Let me see if I can pull this up. Trump Twitter Archives. Yeah. Oh, let's see. It might still be online. Trump Twitter. Yeah, the TrumpArchive.com is what it is. Let me pull this up and see if I can bring this up because I want to see what his last few tweets were because this is going to be historical too, like his last few tweets. Okay. This was January 8th, 2021 at 10:44 Eastern, which would be 1:44 this afternoon, which is around, I think, when his account got suspended. It says, to all those who have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th. Okay, to my knowledge, that was the only tweet that he sent out today, I believe, right? Does anyone know? Did you guys see any other tweets from Donald Trump today? Was there anything else? Or is that it? Kevin Harper says, I like how Trump can only be controlled by being treated like a toddler. Miss Brewer says, haha, I want Maddox to laugh at my comment and then say, shut up, bitch. Nice one, Michael Ben-Hur, you did it. Fativa says, Pence won't pardon, nor will he invoke the 25th. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that, Fativa. I don't think the 25th will be invoked for this shit. I just don't see it happening. I mean, it would be nice. It'd be good, but I just don't see it happening. Sheepdog says, the one immediately under it? I don't know. Was that... Here, hang on. Let me see. Which one immediately under it? No, that was tweeted out before. So, yeah, I mean, other than the one... I think that was his last tweet. The one where he says he's not attending the inauguration. What a sad sack, pathetic, crybaby tweet to go out on. Right? I mean, isn't this just the saddest fucking tweet to go out on? Oh, I'm not gonna go to inauguration. What a bitch. Crybaby bitch. AB says, I bet Parler users are gonna be on a no-fly list. I mean, they should be. They're making fucking death threats constantly on there. Like, are you fucking kidding me with the shit? Look at this. Here, let's go over to Twitter. Thank you, AB. Thanks for the $1.99. Let's go over to Twitter. I want to see if we can find this, see what's going on with Parler. Oh, yeah, Reddit. So this is breaking news, too. New York Times says, Reddit banned r/the Donald subreddit, a forum dedicated to promoting the president from its site on Friday. The page was removed after many of its members glorified and incited the violence that occurred in the Capitol. Good. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. This is, like, you can't incite violence. I don't believe violence is free speech. Period. I don't think inciting violence is free speech. It's meant to silence people. That's what you're doing. When you threaten somebody, the only reason you're threatening them is because you have lost your fucking debate. You have lost the moral high ground. You have nothing to say, and so you're trying to shut them up with violence. Fuck you. If you're supporting this shit, this horse shit, this seditious act that happened at the Capitol, fuck you too. Suspend all your accounts, because you don't believe in the free speech. You don't believe in the First Amendment. You don't believe in the Constitution. You don't believe in the founding principles of this country. You don't believe in it. So get the fuck out of here if you believe in this shit. If you think that the Seditious Act, storming the Capitol, if you think any of that is okay, fuck you, delete your account. And by the way, I don't believe that you guys think that having your Twitter account suspended is really some form of like suppression, right? Because if I have a private website, and I don't have to allow you losers to post anything on it. It's my account. It's my website. I'm paying for it. It's mine. It's my property. And your Twitter account, you're paying even less than that. You just fucking signed up for it. What do they fucking owe you? And if you really think that's some kind of like suppression of speech or something, then why don't you give me your password? Right? Because the argument is being made that if you don't allow anyone to use your account to publish whatever they want, then you're suppressing their speech. So give me your fucking password. All you people who are crying about censorship, give me your fucking password. I'll fucking post on your account. And if you don't let me, hey, that's censorship, right? Let me read some of these super chats. Barno Yee says, Trump is dangerous and it's spreading. I drove past a small Trump train in Toronto last week. In Toronto? Canada? Why the fuck are there Trump supporters in Canada? What the fuck do you guys care? It's fucking Trump. Shirley Temple has super chatted for 3. Says, plain and simple, I agree. Thank you, Shirley Temple. Appreciate it. Andrel says, Trump found no proof in months. That's true. Menko says, I can't believe how stupid you are. It's genuinely astonishing. Okay, Menko, do you care to qualify that, dipshit? Like, this is... I see these little drive-by comments, but nobody ever has anything substantive to offer. Why? Like, give me something. Give me something I can sink my teeth into. Give me something I can respond to. Effie says, Maddox, I have a serious question. What happens if a senator was killed that night? Do they keep certifying the postpone? I don't know. I mean, this is all unprecedented. I don't even think we've ever had in our nation's history a person killed on the floor of the U.S. Capitol. Michael Garbowski says, remember banning a whole ISP? Yeah, I used to ban entire fucking states from my website. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm fucking banning you left and right. I don't give a fuck. I don't owe you anything. If you want to come to my website, if you want to read my writing, if you want to watch my videos, that's a privilege. That's not a right. And I can take that fucking privilege away, and I do all the fucking time. I remember one time there was some dipshit from Kansas bothering me. I banned his whole fucking state. I went through, I created an IP list of everyone from Kansas, and I said, sorry, your state's timed out for a few days. I just banned everyone from Kansas. Fuck it. Don't need you. Don't want you. You're all banned. Whole fucking state gone. See ya. Don't care. AB, thanks for the super chat for $1.99. Says, think social media is going to have a stronger TOS now? I mean, no, they don't need a stronger TOS. They don't need that. All they need to do is enforce the one they fucking have. I mean, if they just need to enforce this shit. Let's see here. Mob Umbra says, I am from Kansas. Well, you would have been banned, bruh. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. Let's see. Fish It Coin says, what about when the Black Panthers stormed the Capitol with guns? Yeah, that's actually part of the reason. That's part of the reason we had gun control laws in the first place, is because the Black Panthers started storming the U.S. Capitol with guns. That's what happened. Warpig says, is this the greatest show in the universe? It's the best show in the universe. And no, this is Maddox News. James Sweet says, I've wished for this event for years, but I also wish we could have seen his live reaction to the ban, irately squeaking in an attempt to knocking. I mean, just think this, how much of a blow to his ego this must be. This must be such a huge fucking blow to his ego, because he thinks of himself even before becoming president. I'm sure he thought of himself as the most powerful man in the world, right? He's a megalomaniac. And to have him, and literally, for all intents and purposes, let's acknowledge it. He is the most powerful man in the world. He is still the U.S. president. He has the strongest military arsenal at his command. The entire might of the U.S. Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force is at his disposal. Oh, let's not forget Space Force. So Donald Trump is the strongest, most powerful man in the world, and even he can't tweet right now. How much of a fucking blow is that to his fucking ego? That he can't even fucking tweet right now. Twitter. Jack is probably sitting in his office right now, Jack at Twitter, Jack Dorsey, with a big fucking erection and a smile ear to ear. This is hilarious. It's really fucking funny. Everyone's saying Parler is down. Yeah, so I don't think Parler is down because it's for any particular reason other than they're just getting a ton of traffic. Yeah, this person says, Parler post from MAGA wingnut threatens armed attack in D.C. on January 19th. Great. Of course. This is what's coming. This is what's coming. This is why fuck Parler, too. Like, fuck them. They should be delisted. Because if you're allowed to create any platform that allows people to create mobs, you know, incite mobs and incite violence and shit, yeah, fuck you, too. Shut it down. Shut the whole thing down. Fuck this shit. Aaron Rupar says, Parler post from MAGA. Okay, let's see what this says here. Today, January 6, 2021. This is from Colonel T. Perez. Thank you, Chewing Love, for the 5 super chats. Says, punch a Nazi, right? Or am I remembering it wrong? No, you're remembering it right. That's right. That's correct. Colonel T. Perez says, today, January 6, 2021, we patriots by the millions have arrived in Washington, D.C., carrying banners of support for the greatest president the world has ever seen. The world has ever known, bit if we must. Many of us will return on January 19th, 2021, carrying our weapons in support of our nation's resolve, to which the world will never forget. 3 exclamation marks. We will come in numbers that no standing army or police agency can match. I don't know about that. However, the police are not our enemy unless they choose to be. He's all over the fucking place. Look at the subtle threats that they have coded in this message here, right? They're saying, "Oh, the police aren't against us unless they want to be." By the way, we gotta watch this. I'm gonna pull up this news clip right here, real quick. This is from NBC News. This is some footage from the protest. I haven't seen this yet, but it's a bunch of fucking Proud Boys and dipshits and neo-Nazis and white nationalists and fucking losers. You know why this got so violent? You know why there's so many fucking white nationalists? Is because this is their guy. This is the closest they've ever had to a president who spoke for them. You know, like people say, oh, people use the word racist too much and they throw it around too quickly. It's like, yeah, but there was a guy with there was several Confederate flags in the fucking state capitol. People fucking died to keep that shitty flag out of our state capitol. Fuck you. Now under Trump, in 2020, the year fucking 2020, someone finally brought the fucking Confederate flag into our state capitol. Into these hallowed grounds. They brought the Confederate flag. Fuck you. That guy with the Camp Auschwitz t-shirt, fuck that shit. This is what they want. This is their guy. Trump was their guy. I think everyone was duped. And I feel bad for Republicans. I feel bad for conservatives because this is all you've got. This is your dude. Pimpy Elish says, at least Betsy DeVos is gone. Has a shit pie resigned? What? Oh, Ajit Pai. You mean the FCC guy? Yeah, no, he announced that he was going to renounce a while ago. Okay, Jack Dorsey's trending. Let's see what's going on with Jack. who fucking called it with that smug face? Hundreds of Twitter employees signed letters asking Jack Dorsey to permanently suspend Trump's account. That was 4 hours ago. Despite our efforts to serve public conversation at Trump's megaphone, we helped fuel the deadly events of January 6th. No shit, you fucks. No shit. No fucking shit you have. Parker Malloy says, always absolutely wild to catch people kick and scream about Twitter being on the left when it's actually owned by a lot of rich right-wingers. I don't think Jack is a right-winger. I get the sense that he's probably an agnostic left-leaning liberal. Liberal-leaning, maybe. Sloyn Heaven says, Democrats have Biden, Harris, Pelosi. I think that mainstream Democrats are probably happy with that choice, to be honest. I think that Biden's not really going to move the needle too much. I think it's going to be pretty milquetoast. Cal says, Maddox, your opinion is shit. All right, Cal. Thanks for your comment. That was a good comment. Thank you. King Joe Just Joking says, wow, you can burn in hell. I'm unsubbing. See ya. Bye, bitch. Bye. Take this with you. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, dipshit. Adios. Bye. Bye, bitch. Don't care. So long. Bye. Don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. If you're on board with the seditious bullshit, go fuck yourself. I am so happy to lose you losers. It just fills my heart with joy. Listen to this music. Listen to this fucking music. Yeah. Feels good. Feels good to lose losers. Charles Cascio says, have you seen the Patriots partying? You shift Trump to be their leader. What? What did you say? AB, thanks for the 199, says, annoyed media downplays that neo-Nazis were at the riot. Yeah, I mean, not all the media has downplayed it. Okay, let's check out this video too. This is another fucking video. Look at this. The cops would have treated anyone else differently, right? If this was a BLM protest, there would have been fucking tanks out there. I guarantee it, if this was a BLM protest. That's why people are upset with this shit, right? Because the cops would have treated them like that. This is what they do. No, the bucket of truth says he can't smack them or he'll get mobbed. I mean, but that's his fucking job, right? Where are all the cops? Where are the police presence? Where are the cops there? Why is there only one cop running up the stairs in the U.S. Capitol? Look at this shit, man. Fucking Confederate flags and that fucking Auschwitz t-shirt. Proud Boys. This fucking lunatic. I don't know if you guys saw that any of the videos coming out from that like Viking guy. The Viking guy's out of his fucking mind. Olo says, did you see the Animaniacs Mace Rider mashup? Yes, it was so fucking funny. I gotta play it. Well, I won't play it on the stream, but yeah, it was really fucking funny. Follow the Gregory brothers. They're the ones who made it. You guys gotta check that out. Tara Torment says, I completely agree with you, Maddox. Thank you, Tara. Let's see. Mixwell says, if it was a BLM protest, stores would be looted and defaced, and it would be mostly peaceful. I mean, I don't think anyone called it mostly. I mean, well, maybe some people did. It's like, it's one of those things where even like you would see it on PolitiFact where they would say, were the protests mostly peaceful? If you look at the total number of protests and the total number of protests who became violent, yes. Because a small percentage of them became violent. But that violence is not insignificant. Like, it's pretty bad. And I don't know if you guys watched the last stream, but one of my close personal friends had their business destroyed during the violence during the BLM stuff. So it's not something we could just like wave across, say, oh, there was hardly any violence. There was some violence, and it was pretty significant. If it affected your life, absolutely. Sergeant SOCOM, what's up, man, says, is there... Well, hold on, the messages are going by too fast. Is there a reason for not streaming on Twitch, homie? I usually do Maddox News on YouTube. I do other stuff on Twitch. I do like more character stuff on Twitch. I'm just experimenting with Maddox News over here. AB, thanks for the super chat for 199, says annoyed media. Oh, we already read that. Oh, Christian Rojas Benoit, thanks for the super chat for 5, says F Wales. Thank you, Christian. Very cool of you. AB, thanks for the 499 super chat, says the conservative media were trying to martyr the woman who got shot. Any other time they said that cops don't know if the perp has a weapon or bomb. Gross. Yeah. Right? When it's one of theirs that gets killed, they don't comb through their history for violations of marijuana or petty theft or anything to justify the murder. Which, by the way, it's sad. It's sad that she got killed. She bought into this fucking bullshit and she got used by Trump. Trump doesn't give a fuck that her blood was spilled. He doesn't give a fuck. All he cares about is his fucking ego. I guarantee right now, Trump is giving zero thought to the woman who died, and he's completely steaming about his Twitter account being suspended. That's all that's going on right now. Gregory says, hey, Maddox, let's go have a Lamajun. So we get some Armenians in the chat room. Let's see here. Smitty says, protesters are greater than terrorists. Okay, but these were terrorists, right? These people who stormed the U.S. Capitol were terrorists. Let's call a spade here. They were terrorists. Terrorism is when you use violence or the threat of violence for political gains. And they used violence, and they used the threat of violence for political gains. There it is. There it is. FBI says no signs of Antifa involvement during DC riot. No shit. No fucking shit. Like, this is the biggest gaslighting I've ever fucking seen. It's all MAGA shitheads here. Like, far-right MAGA shitheads in the U.S. Capitol, and they're trying to blame it on Antifa. It's Antifa. Everything bad that happens to you is Antifa. I want you guys in the chat room, name something bad that happened to you in the last year, and blame it on Antifa. Because this is the new hotness, right? Something bad happens, blame it on Antifa. Gout, Antifa. Barren crops, Antifa. You broke a mug, it's Antifa did it. Antifa did everything. COVID-19, and definitely Antifa. Brendan says Antifa is a fictional boogeyman, a scapegoat of the right wing. I mean, they're not fictional. Like, there are Antifa people. I've seen them. I know Antifa people. I was getting pizza not too long ago at a pizza shop, and I saw this girl come in with like an Antifa hoodie. Like, they do exist. I just don't think it's this overarching force. Like, what are they? Are they like fucking pencil dick commie losers who are weak and ineffectual? Or are they fucking super soldiers who are everywhere at all times and causing and able to infiltrate our U.S. government? Like, which is it? Which is it? Please tell me which narrative to believe here. Tell me which story to back here. Olo says, hospitals are starting to get overrun in Mexico City. Damn, Antifa. Yeah, Antifa's taking over the hospitals in Mexico City. That's a big problem. Big problem. All right, let's look at some more of these. Oh, it's so satisfying to see that every single time. Nonov says Antifa disliked Maddox live streams. It made it look like right wingers are a bunch of salty crybabies. Let's see. Shiny311, thanks for the 5 super chat. Says sorry to change the subject. Just saw the interview with that Soho Arlo Hotel Karen. Mia Ponsetto. Oh yeah, that Mia Ponsetto. That was another story that trended this morning. Man, it seems so long ago that, like, from this morning. But yeah, this girl Mia Ponsetto, I guess, assaulted a black teenager because she thought this guy had stolen her cell phone with no evidence, and then just assaulted him, and then was like, well, what am I supposed to do? Just let people leave the hotel with my cell phone? She's like, well, you didn't know he took it, because he didn't. The hotel later found it, and she seemed like every single sentence she said, every single word that came out of her mouth was more of a doubling down. Ooh, let's see, Don Jr. is trending. Pro-Trump crowds march on state houses across the country. That's an old one. Okay, banning Trump. Don Jr. Let's see what Don Jr. is saying about this. Would not want to be Don Jr.'s scientist is right about now. That's funny. Germanhoff Hetley, thanks for the 5 euros. Says your voting system is stupid. Adopt a proportional representation, multi-party system, less polarization, more cooperation. Problem solved. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, our voting system is stupid. Leslie Grossman says I would pay a dumb amount of money for a live feud of 45 and Don Jr. right now. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I wonder if Don Jr.'s... You guys see that tweet? You guys see this gif? Don Jr. right now. Allison Green says, Trump is permanently suspended from Twitter in a move that came at least 4 years too late, but better banned now than ever. Now Don Jr. and Ivanka and Eric and Giuliani and Sean Hannity and so many more. I mean, no. I don't think it... I don't want there to be like a fucking... echo chamber on Twitter, which it already kind of is, but like, you gotta draw the line somewhere, man. Inciting violence is, I think, where you gotta draw the line. Make Twitter great again. Man, the hashtag, there's so many funny fucking memes coming out of this. In the end, Trump cost Republicans the presidency, the Senate, and the House. The son of a bitch actually did it. He made America great again. Man, it's funny how he lost over the course of 3 months, he lost the House, the Senate, well, they didn't have the House, but still not his. The House, the Senate, the executive, and his Twitter account. All of it. Brenton says, get into a beef with H Bomber Guy. No, I like that dude. I like H Bomber Guy. I mean, I'm not, he's pretty progressive. He's like a pretty progressive dude. But generally, like, he's decent. I agree with like a lot of his videos and stuff. He does some good stuff. I like H Bomber Guy. We've actually chatted a few times. Bird Valiant says, could you discuss the implications of the GOP insurrection on the end of democracy in Hong Kong? So Bird Valiant, that's a good question, Bird Valiant. I think this is really interesting. So pay close attention to the world, to other foreign governments in the coming weeks, because we only have about 2 weeks left with Trump still in office, and he's going to look the other way while these tyrants and dictators in other countries do their dirty shit. So pay close attention to what China's doing in Hong Kong, because they started cracking down really hard on pro-democracy people. And I think they're doing this because they know that Trump's presidency is coming to an end, and Trump doesn't give a fuck. Trump doesn't give a fuck about human rights. I've never seen a U.S. president more cozy with dictators than Donald Trump. And you're going to see every major dictator across the world push their shadiest, shittiest stuff in the coming few weeks. Mark my words. Again, you can clip this. Watch what China's going to do. I bet there's going to be a fucking I don't know, maybe a massacre. Something's going to happen. Something really bad is going to happen. China's going to crack down. You're going to see some shit with Russia and Ukraine probably. Maybe North Korea. Iran might do something. Like, these are the countries who have like thugs and tyrants and dictators. They're going to push all their crazy shit right now while Trump's still in office, because they know Trump doesn't give a fuck and Trump cares about himself. Paul Miner, thanks for the 5 super chat. Let's see, he says, I just recently discovered you're on YouTube. Still remember the URL to Exhibition. Incidentally, I'm now blind in one eye and wear an eye patch. Oh, fucking A, Paul. That's kind of a good look. That's that's pretty cool. Thank you for the super chat, Paul. AB, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Says, saw a former CIA director interviewed saying that this is all homegrown. They are culpable for commies under the bed rhetoric for 70 plus years, creating nutty RS. Oh, nutty Republicans. Okay, let me read that again. AB for $4.99 says, saw some former CIA director interviewed saying that this is all homegrown. They are culpable for commies under the bed rhetoric for 70 plus years, creating nutty Republicans. I don't quite follow what you're trying to say. Are you trying to say that McCarthyism? This is all due to McCarthyism? Is that what it is? Static says, Maddox, so happy to see you're streaming. I've been a fan since Seppuku. Keep up the good work. Oh, you're thinking of Real Ultimate Power. John Matia says, lol, the idea that Trump is causing dictators to act out is hilarious. Conspiracy theorizing, but I guess Maddox likes wars. John, I am so fucking tired of people trying to give Trump credit for not starting any wars. He fucking attacked Iran, man. He assassinated one of their generals and they retaliated. 100 of our U.S. soldiers, I talked about this during the last stream, but 100 of our soldiers, 100 of our soldiers got permanent brain damage with retaliatory attacks. And also, I think a civil war counts as a war, dipshit. I don't think this horse shit isn't a war. You can't have your citizens storming the state capitol with guns and not call that a war, idiot. That's about as close. I mean, we're basically like this close from having a full-blown civil war in this country. I think all it's going to take is one major branch of the military to turn, and you got yourself a full fucking civil war. And you're already seeing the cops turn their backs to this shit. The cops are allowing this shit to happen. That's about as close as it gets to a civil war, buddy. Yo, what up, Stan Morris? Stan the man. Many a report. AB says, yes, that's what I'm saying. MAGA has seen commies everywhere. Okay, I don't know. I don't really follow. But yeah, thanks. I get your comment. Let's read some more of these. Twitter banning Trump for terms of service violations and smoke is a smokescreen for fig leaf. China still, whoops, it said something about China there. Parler banned from the App Store. There it is, about an hour ago. Parler banned from the App Store. So now Google and Apple have banned Parler from the App Store. That is fucking huge. Now, with Parler being down for people not being able to access Parler, I don't think that's a conspiracy. I don't think that's like people shutting down Parler. It's just that Parler can't keep up with the demand. Everyone is running to Parler right now, especially conservatives. I think conservatives feel like there is a purge going on of like right-wing speech, right-wing talk, whatever. I think it's overblown. However, I mean, there's a case to be made because, you know, Trump got banned. But Drone Rista says, I like this. Reasonably adult takes. Well, thank you very much, Drone Rista. I like your reasonably adult super chat. Thank you, Drone. Let's see. We got another one. Jardy12345 says, "Hey Maddox, been a fan for nearly 20 years. I miss the days when the main political satire was about what a dipshit Bush was. Simpler times." Yeah, it really was, man. I mean, Bush for all this. I think I was in a Lyft car, a Lyft cat, like, you know, Lyft driver one time, and Ash says, "Are you drinking tea with the tea bag still in the cup? You're taking tea bag in your mouth, dude." Yeah, I should probably take the fucking bag out of here. Anyway, I was in a Lyft car one time, and here's something that I think Democrats consistently get wrong across the board. They take the black vote for granted. I think Democrats assume if somebody's black, they're automatically going to vote Democrat. That's not true. There's a lot of black conservatives. Don't take them for granted. Don't lump black people in as having one opinion or one ideology or one belief system or one culture based on the color of their skin. You're wrong to do that. You're absolutely wrong to do that. And I never do that. I never make assumptions. So I was in this Lyft car one time. The driver's black. And we're like a block or two away from my house. And he broaches the subject that you should never broach in polite conversations. And sure as shit not in a fucking Lyft car. And sure as shit not 2 blocks away from my house. So he turns to me, back of the car, and he's like, "Hey, so what do you think of Trump?" And this was around the time when he was going to get impeached. He goes, "What do you think of Trump?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna have this fucking. First of all, I'm not gonna have this fucking conversation with my Lyft driver. And second, I don't want to make any assumptions. I want to just say something very neutral." And all I said was this, and I thought this was the only neutral thing I could say. I said, "Boy, things are crazy right now." Right? That to me is the perfect statement because it could go either way. So then he says to me, he goes, "Yeah, man, I hope Trump pulls through." And I'm like, so I knew it. I'm glad I didn't make an assumption because you shouldn't make assumptions about people. So I think that the Democrats are going to consistently get that wrong. They're going to make assumptions. They're going to take the black vote for granted. They're going to keep playing these fucking identity politics. This is garbage. AB for 199 says, "Think Trumper Congress members should be expelled." Not all of them. No, I don't think conservatives should be expelled if that's what you're asking. But the people who sign on board with blocking this vote, anyone who is in favor of this edition, starting with fucking Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, absolutely, fuck him. Ted Cruz is the weaseliest coward, I think, on the Senate floor. He's such a fucking slimy, weaselly coward. The guy wouldn't even fucking defend his fucking wife from Donald Trump. He's kissing Donald Trump's ass. So funny. Jordy. Okay, thank you, Jordy, for the 5 super chat. AB, thanks for the 199, says, "Think Trump or Congress?" Oh, we just read that. Joe Pastafari says Maddox 2024. Thank you for the 2, Joe Pastafari. Appreciate that. Ms. Vera says Weasliest. Yeah, that's right. It's kind of hard to say. Craven says, "Yeah, just not the ones blocking the vote." Ash Drum says, "Oh, Ash, I can read that fucking comment. Fuck out of here." Sloiven Heaven says Democrats are wrong about everything. I mean, I don't think that either party is right or wrong about everything. I mean, right now I'm raging more against the conservatives because they're actively seditious, a lot of them. But I think that ultimately, here's the tone I think that we need in this country. The tone of moderation is someone needs to come out there. Maybe you're looking at someone, maybe I'll run in 2024 again. I still haven't conceded, by the way. I ran this time. I still haven't conceded the election. But they need someone with a moderate tone to come out and say, "Look, guys, there's a lot of disagreements in this country between the left and the right. But ultimately, I do believe fundamentally that conservatives and liberals in this country do want what's best for this country." We all want the same thing. I mean, you go to anywhere in the world. Thank you, Cal, for the super chat for $2.99. Thank you, appreciate it. You go anywhere in the world. Damage says recount Maddox won Arizona. Amen. Anyway, you go anywhere in the world. You go to Muslim country. You go to European country. You go to South America. Everyone's the exact fucking same, man. People have kids, and they want the best for their kids. That's what it comes down to. Every fucking place you go in the world. Muslim parents care about their kids. Just like South American parents care about their kids, just like Midwestern parents care about their kids, just like Russian parents care about their kids. Everyone wants the best for their kids. That's what is universal on fucking Earth. That's what we all share in common. Everybody wants that. So, in an effort to get what's best for your kids, people have hopes and beliefs about our political systems and economic systems, and they think that they have it all figured out, and they come from a place of good intentions, right? They want the best for their kids. And along the way, their belief system might be wrong, something might get screwed up, and you might have a disagreement with a huge portion of the country that thinks differently than you. So if we don't lose sight of the fact that everybody does want the same thing, which is the best for our kids, if you don't lose sight of that, I think that's the way forward and that's the way out of this. Every time things get too hot, every time things get too contentious in this country, you just need to step back, pump the brakes a bit, and say, okay, let's not lose sight of the fact that we are on the same team. We are on the same page at the end of the day. That's what's missing in our country today. It's become so fucking politicized. It's become like a sports team. It's unfortunate. But I think that there is room for a voice of moderation, and I could be that voice. Vote regressive. Caleb Atfield, thank you, Caleb, for the 5 super chats. Says, kisses from Maddox, Kiss Crew Club from Maddox 2024. Thank you, Caleb, appreciate that. B. Murphy, thanks for the £5 super chat. Says, watching the world's lamest coup attempt from the UK has been wild. Keep up the good work, Maddox. Punch a Nazi. Thank you, B. Murphy. Appreciate it. Yeah, all my British friends. All my friends from, like, Croatia and the UK and Germany. Everyone from all around the world is just, like, tweeting me and messaging me constantly saying just like, America looks crazy right now. I don't want to come visit. I'm like, don't come visit. First of all, you can't travel here. Who the fuck, which country is letting people come travel to America? I don't think anyone is right now, are they? Yo, Chewing Love, thanks for the 2, says, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah, I've heard that expression, but the road to hell is also paved with bad intentions. Right? Just because some good intentions go wrong doesn't mean the road to hell is entirely paved with them. There's a shit ton of bad intentions that paved the road. I think they went a lot further towards paving the road to hell, don't you think? Bad intentions are doubly, they're doubly more productive towards paving a road to hell, I think. Because good intentions, at least you tried. At least you tried something. Bad intentions, like, your best case scenario is something bad. That's your goal. Yeah, Hope Hicks just announced that she's planning to leave the White House. So Parler's banned from the App Store. I think this is the beginning of the end. If Parler's banned, where can people go? Where can people turn to? What's the thing? Because everyone thought it was Gab for the longest time. What a fucking joke Gab is. What a fucking joke. Gab, the free speech platform, where they don't even allow a fucking tit to fly on that fucking platform. Fucking idiots. There is no such thing. Oh, this is the thing I wanted to talk about, and then I gotta hop off in just a minute, guys. But this is the thing I really wanted to talk about earlier. Everyone thinks that they have this, like, great fucking idea of, like, yeah, Rocksteady says, yay, censorship. Listen, this is for you, Rocksteady. Pay attention to what I'm about to say, because I'm going to fucking blow your last few neurons out of your fucking head. Everyone has this idea that they're going to create a free speech platform, and then that's it. They're going to come along. They're going to be the ones who's going to figure out free speech on the internet, right? Oh, God, if there was only a free speech platform. Here's the thing, idiots. Everyone comes along with this idea of a free speech platform. You know what that is? It's called a fucking forum. Find me a forum on the internet. One fucking forum that is completely unmoderated, completely uncensored, and you can post anything you want on it. You can't. It doesn't fucking exist. The closest thing are these shitty websites like the Chan sites. The closest thing is that you have those Chan sites. And as soon as people get the chance to post whatever they want, they go immediately to child porn. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. And you cannot convince me that that is free speech. You cannot convince me that that is okay to post online. Period. Every single time. And if it's not child porn, it's fucking white nationalists, white supremacists. These are the people who are fucking castigated from society and outlawed. These are people who don't have a voice. And guess what? I'm fine with it. fuck them. If they want to publish their materials, they can go out and print out whatever pamphlets they want and hand it out to people all fucking day. No one wants it. If your opinion is so unpopular that people are saying, you know what, we don't even want you on our platform, maybe you do have shitty opinions. You're allowed to have them, and you're allowed to speak them out to wherever you want. But I don't have to post it on my website, and Twitter doesn't have to host it, and Google doesn't have to host it. These companies don't have to host it. And if you disagree, then treat yourself as a company and give me your fucking password to your account. Let me post on your account in my name. Because otherwise, you don't believe in free speech. You can't have it both ways. If you believe in free speech, fine. I'm a huge fucking, I'm totally on board with free speech. I've sacrificed so much in my life for free speech. But the second you think that these companies owe you anything, is the second you should surrender your password to your account and let anyone post anything on it. Otherwise, you don't support free speech. Okay, Lou Dane, you're calling me good job, Lou Dane. You don't have a rebuttal. Jim B says, lol, free speech warriors are backdoor trying to ban First Amendment freedom to not assemble associated with assholes. I don't know what you're talking about. Every time I read the comments, I think that it's going to be something enlightening, and it rarely ever is. Anyway, Rocksteady says, you're okay with free speech if you like it. No, Rocksteady, I follow a lot of people I disagree with on Twitter. I follow a lot of people I disagree with on Twitter. I follow a lot of people I don't like. In fact, on my Maddox account, my main Maddox account on Facebook, I don't hide or block most people, especially for political reasons, because I want to see a wide swath of opinions. I want to see that. I have a lot of conservative friends. I have a lot of liberal friends. I'm okay with that. I want to see a wide range of opinions. Because honestly, I don't wholly disagree and I don't wholly support either side of the political spectrum. I'm pretty moderate, but that doesn't mean I'm offensive or I don't have opinions, you fucking idiots. I despise this fuckface. This fucker. Anyway, guys, I need to be heading out here in just a second. Shirley Temple says free speech isn't attainable. No, I believe it is. I believe we have it. This is like, people conflate like social media with free speech. It's a form of censorship, sure. It's like a platform censorship, but it's not like government restricting your ability to publish. That is different. That is absolutely different. And there's times when Trump has actually come after the press, that is actually a violation of free speech. All right, Melania's trending too. Oh my God, did her account get suspended? We should all congratulate Melania Trump for her successful campaign against cyberbullying. There's the fucking tweet. That's really fucking funny. Oh man, these are so good. There's some really good stuff coming out. Bird Valiant says, Maddox, was Rudy Giuliani's trial by combat language the same as yelling fire in a crowded theater? I don't know. What was the trial by combat? I didn't see that tweet. I don't know what you're talking about. Rockstar says, if white supremacy wasn't a superior opinion, it wouldn't need censoring. It is censored because people see it and say, wow, that makes sense, instead of, wow, that's dumb. No, you fucking idiot. White supremacists are some of the dumbest fucking people. They're unreasonable. They're irrational. You can't reason with them. Well, no, I take that back. It's possible, but it's really rare, and you shouldn't have to support that. Like, I've argued with some white nationalists. They're just incorrigible. A lot of them are just incorrigible. I had this one guy on an old podcast that I did where he messaged me and goes, hey, Maddox, if I sent you some reading material, would you check it out? And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, what is it? And he goes, yeah, it's a really smart like professor in Canada. It wasn't Jordan Peterson, it was some other dude. He has a really smart professor in Canada. He wrote this book, and he can't get it published anywhere. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll take a look at it. He sent this to me, and it was like something called A Critical Look at the Protocols of Zion or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, it's a fucking Holocaust denier. It's a fucking Holocaust denier. So immediately my first response is the rational one, is what most people would do, which is, fuck this guy, I'm not going to read this shit, go fuck yourself. But that's an ad hominem attack, right? So I said, okay, I'm not going to make an ad hominem attack. I'm going to try to address a little bit of this. So I just read the first page and a half. And in the first page and a half, it was so full of nonsense that I just isolated the first two sentences, or 2 or 3 paragraphs, and I just broke it down point by point. I said, this is wrong, this is false, this is wrong. Here's the evidence. Don't send me this bullshit again. This is absolutely false. But then he moves the goalpost. You guys remember what I said earlier about anti-vaxxers? It doesn't become about the facts. It becomes about the psychology. He doesn't want to feel like an idiot. So you have to bridge the gap, right, from emotion to reality. You have to take people who are emotional and upset that they've been proven wrong and give them a way to save face so that they can meet you across the bridge on reality. That's what you have to do. That is the big goal. All right, guys. Nokia N900 says, seeing Maddox live in 2020 is so surreal for an old-time fan like me. Thank you, Nokia. Jeff West says, hey, Maddox, we got Nancy Pelosi's computer, and you're right, senators don't have any important documents. It's all fucking Family Circle comics, inspirational sunset, Bill Nye infographics. Funny. Funny stuff, guys. All right, bozos, I'm out. I gotta go. Enjoy the show. Spread the word. I'll be doing more of these streams. Who knows? I mean, 2021 is already seeming like it's going to be a really fucking long one. But we'll see. There's just so much could happen in these coming few days. But pay attention. I'll be doing more of these streams. Follow me on all the socials down below. And I'll be doing streams on Twitch, too. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually. Except not tonight, obviously, because I'm doing this. All right. I'm out. You're welcome.